with my harsh breathing as I stare up at him through my tears. There is no pity in his face, no humanity. I was an idiot to think that there ever could be. I am exactly what he says I am. Stupid to have ever believed that he might care for me on any level. I don't have time for you to waste on your ridiculous temper tantrums, he says quietly. I have a job to do, and I can't afford to keep the Dark Lord waiting. Neither of us can. Stupefy. I always say all of the curses really calmly. Stupefy. That's good, whatever. I feel a rush of wind hit me hard. All I can see is red, and then I see no more. Darkness flickers away from me. Something. My wrist. Tugging. Pulling. Ow! My eyes flick open, but everything's blur. And so I blink and blink, and my wrist is stretched up to my side, being tied up with ropes by long pale fingers to an ebony board behind me. The ropes pinch at my skin, and I gasp. You finally awake then? He says with a smirk as he puts the finishing touches to the merciless knot that he has tied the ropes into. Finally? How long have I been unconscious? I look at the other wrist, and he's tied to the other side of me just as securely. I try to move my feet forward, but they won't shift. They must be tied to the board too. Well, at least you're standing up. What difference does that make? I might as well be lying down for all the good it will do me while I'm tied up like this. Actually, it would be much better if you were sitting down, because then your legs wouldn't freak the fuck out or whatever. I look around at the horrible black Gothic architecture that surrounds me. The room is practically empty apart from the black elaborate chair right in front of me. A throne. Another throne. Oh my god. I start to shake, and Lucius feels it. His eyebrows flicker upward as he puts the finishing touches to the knots, and then he turns to look at me with a small smile. So I assume that rabid curiosity is going to prompt you to ask me some questions. Where are we? I ask shakily. He sneers. Where is not your concern. It's who we are here to see that is important, and you already know who we are here to see. No. I pull against the bonds that hold me, but they won't shift. They just won't. These are knots enhanced. These are knots enhanced by magic, Mudblood. It's funny every day. He breathes a small laugh. He runs his fingers over my mercilessly bound ropes. A wild dragon would be unable to break them. I choke back a sob of horror as I slump back against the board with a horrible resignation. Well. His voice drips with a word of malice. World of malice. That's what I meant. Have you finally lost some of your fighting spirit, Miss Granger? How disappointing. I always so look forward to watching the Dark Lord put you in your place. Dark Lord. Whatever he wants to happen to me today, I say unevenly. I want you to do it. Please. He frowns, and I take a deep, stuttering breath. I don't want him to hurt me. It'll be so much worse if he does it. Please. Will you? I know what to expect from you, at least. He doesn't answer me. For a long moment he watches me intently, with those bottomless eyes that contain a world of hidden emotions that I'll never understand. The door bangs open behind us, and he shifts his gaze from me. My lord. Lucius sweeps into a long bow and backs away from me, and the dark, hooded figure stands in front of me, and all I see is the red, horrible, soulless eyes of Voldemort. I choke on a terrible mouthful of vomit. So, we meet again, my blood. His horrible cold voice makes me shudder. I look past him to see Lucius, who stands there with a smirk on his face, enjoying my discomfort. Oh, sod off. I'm not going to let this be so bloody entertaining for him. Why, so we do. My voice shakes almost unbearably. What a remarkable talent you have for stating the obvious, my lord. I look on Lucius' face. Sorry. I look on Lucius's face. Could almost make me laugh if the situation wasn't so desperate. It's like he doesn't dare himself to smile. Voldemort chuckles, and I can't help it. I look back into his face, and his long, spidery fingers reach out for me. No, don't touch me. I can't bear it. I feel cold fingertips on my cheek. It doesn't feel anything like what Harry said it feels like when Voldemort touches him. There's no pain. None at all. But there's something about his touch that makes me feel sick. I flinch automatically, and his cold, almost scaly fingertips brush over my warm skin. So different from when Lucius touches me. But you wish it was Lucius touching you now. Shut up. I close my eyes. She's certainly a brave one. Did I miss and not read Lucius? I didn't even read Voldemort in a voice. Oh no, he didn't say anything. She's certainly a brave one. Oh, she's not as courageous as she likes to make out, my lord. I hear Lucius drawl. She gives in to everything I demand of her, given a little persuasion. Well, she's only a child, after all. Not such a child, my lord. I think you'll agree. My eyes flicker open to look at Lucius as he speaks. What makes her weakness all the more deplorable is the fact that she's a young woman, capable of incredible strength, should she choose to use it. But she does not. Bastard! You bastard! Voldemort moves his fingers down to grip my chin, turning my head this way and that, as he inspects me. She certainly looks better than she did the last time I saw her. She almost looks agreeable. I like this robe you've chosen for her. It adds just the right touch. She looks like a pretty little martyr. Just the effect I wish to go for. That was what I was hoping, my lord. Voldemort smiles down at me as I force myself to look up into his eyes before he lets go of me and goes to sit in the chair next to me. Stand next to her, Lucius. Lucius goes and does as he's ordered, and he locks his gaze onto mine for a moment before he turns to face his master. I'm going to open my mind to Potter once again, Mudblood, Voldemort says quietly. It is the middle of the night. He should be sleeping. And as he sleeps, he will see images of your suffering. If you want to make things easier for yourself, I suggest you put on a good show for him. Do you understand? I press my lips together to stop the grasp of terrible realization from coming. I should have known. The connection between Harry and Voldemort. Harry doesn't have to be here to see what's going on. Excuse me. Voldemort sits back on his throne and closes his eyes, tightening his hands on the arms of his chair until his knuckles look as if they're going to burst through his skin. What do they hope to achieve by this, anyway? To make Harry lose all hope, maybe? To destroy his willpower? If they hope to accomplish that. And they don't know Harry at all. No, Voldemort knows Harry. They must be trying to lure him into some kind of trap, like they did by using Sirius. But then, Sirius wasn't really there last time, was he? Voldemort's eyes suddenly snap open, alive and bright and red, and then he smiles. "Harry Potter," he says softly, his voice hypnotic. "Do you see your mudblood friend, Harry? Do you see her? She is completely at my mercy. She has been ever since she went missing all those weeks ago." He raises his wand. "Crucio!" "No, no, please, I beg you. Just make it stop. Pain and the blood and the fire and the blades and the knives and the drills and the burning and the burning and the pain, pain, pain." God, I hate Crucios. They're so fucking stupid. Slump back against the board. Heartbeat. Thump, 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 thump. Breathe. My gaze falls on Lucius, who carries on looking at Voldemort. He won't look at me. Why won't he look at me? I close my eyes, breathing harshly through my nose. "You see how she suffers, Harry." Voldemort's cruel whisper is relentless. "You see how much pain she is in. It's all your fault, you know. You brought this on her. Your friendship has ruined her life. You know. But you can do one last thing for her. You can save her, Harry." I feel fingers hook on my chin and wrench my head up to face Voldemort. Warm fingers, not Voldemort's fingers. But it's Voldemort, smiling at me. "Would you like Harry Potter to save you, my lad?" I suck in my breath. No. I look right into Voldemort's red eyes, pretending that they're Harry's green ones. I pretend that they're full of life and sparkle, instead of dead and soulless. "Harry, I don't need to be rescued, and neither does Ron. We're both fine. They treated us as well as we could hope for." Those words suck in my throat, but I plow on regardless. "You have to do what's needed of you, Harry. Win the war. Forget about us and win the war." Voldemort starts to laugh then, and he throws his head back and laughs. I look over to Lucius, who's smirking at me lazily while shaking his head. "Oh dear. What am I to do with such a brave little girl?" Voldemort's voice is full of cruel laughter. He sits back in his chair, gesturing at me. "Go on, Lucius. Show Harry Potter just how much pain his friend has gone through because of him." My gaze snaps into Lucius, whose face has lost all expression as he raises his wand to me. His eyes lock onto mine in a brief moment before the pain begins. From then on, I know nothing but agony.